Halo 5 is a fast-paced, action-packed game that has plenty of player versus player content. However, Halo 5 has been met with a lot of fans' criticisms about a few choice decisions that 343 has taken with the franchise. Not every game can be perfect, and I think it's healthy to discuss some of the problematic issues that befall Halo 5. I'm Fox with the Halo Frontier, and this is my list of the top 5 things Halo 5 got wrong. Remember the beautiful Halo 3 map Guardian? Or the Halo 2 Covenant theme map Gemini? Previous Halos had maps that varied in theme, location, and atmosphere. Unfortunately, Halo 5's multiplayer maps are nowhere near as visually pleasing as the older ones. These maps in Halo 5 are all human themed, they are small, and the spawns are just bad. It's weird that the campaign has such appealing, charming maps that focused on varied races in the Halo universe, and yet the multiplayer maps don't reflect any of this. There is no reason why there isn't a Sanghelios map, or a map from the new and downright breathtaking planet Genesis. In addition to the boring UNSC themed maps, almost all the maps are just simply too small. Remember the old maps like Reflection or Colossus? Remember the map Valhalla or Zanzibar? These were big, multi-level maps that were enjoyable because they offered a variety in gameplay. Halo 5 features the smallest maps in the Halo universe. The map Fathom, for example, is actually a decent, unique-looking map, it's just too small. Assault and CTF play horribly on these cramped maps. It's extremely easy to get spawn cammed, and it's far too easy for enemies to get behind you. Unfortunately, Big Team suffers even more. There are at present no original created maps for Big Team. The maps were all created in Forge, and sadly some of the maps are also small. Isn't it weird that Halo 2 Anniversary had better looking and bigger maps than all of Halo 5? While I like some of the maps in the playlist, I lament the fact that Halo 5's Big Team is not the best Big Team experience in Halo. SWAT, Slayer, Warzone, and Breakout. I hope you like those playlists because that's all that shipped with Halo 5. Now since launch we have had a trickle of new playlists that I think is alleviating some of the issues, but the truth is Halo 5 is very weak on playlists. There is at present no team objective, which is weird because there are quite a few objective game types in the game. There are currently only a couple social playlists, so you better put your game face on. The playlists are indeed better than what they were at launch, but 343 has said that the feedback about playlists have been loud and clear, so hopefully that means we get more soon. Worst yet, the game type Infection is still MIA. The reason why Infection desperately needs to be in Halo 5 is because many of the custom games that the community loves to play cannot be done without that game type. For future Halo games, I hope they take some time to realize that Halo players need many options to enjoy both matchmaking and customs. Esports are becoming very popular recently. Halo 5 was even featured on ESPN. That's great news for Halo fans, Xbox users, and gamers in general. Halo has always had a competitive aspect, but at the same time it's always been a social game as well. Unfortunately, Halo 5, while technically one of the best first-person shooters I've ever played, it's also kind of geared more toward the competitive scene. Breakout is a great addition to Halo 5, and I hope it's here to stay. However, it's not really for me. The problem is Halo 5 has more competitive game types than social game types, and it's starting to feel a bit unbalanced, as if there's too much focus on competitive play. And it seems like us social players are feeling a bit out of the loop. The small maps make it easy for the pro players to skip across the map and take out enemy teams without much hassle. I think Halo 4 suffered from being too social, and now Halo 5 suffers from being too competitive. Surely these two types of playstyles can coexist.
Weapons free. Contact!
Halo 5's campaign has been discussed, argued, debated, and ultimately discarded. I'm not a campaign hater. I liked it. I even loved it. Regrettably, the campaign does have a lot of shortcomings though. The story felt segmented. The hunter-hunted story was a letdown and you played as Master Chief only a brief time. Now to me that isn't a huge deal, but it does bother me that 343 said that you'd play as Master Chief 50-50, because that simply just was not true. Unlike Halo 3, there isn't any campaign scoring, and unlike Halo Reach, there isn't any campaign challenges. In fact, there is no reason to even go back and play the campaign. No unlocks for finishing Legendary, or collecting the skulls, or collecting the intel. You don't even get rec points for completing a mission. Nothing. You get nothing for doing any campaign activity. So what's the point? There's no reason why they couldn't have reserved some of the various customizable options that is obtainable via rec packs and used them as means to reward players for doing challenges, collecting, or even playing the campaign. It's weird to me that 343 spent so much time and money on the campaign, then subsequently ignored it after it was produced. This may not affect every Halo 5 player, but customs have always been a pretty big part in the Halo community, and unfortunately Halo 5 has hefty restrictions for those who are hosting and setting up customs. There's a list of things that is just counterintuitive to the whole experience, and I can't go over all of them. I just wanted to point out that Halo 5 could have had the best custom setup, but that just simply isn't the case. There could be more game modes and customs, and again, the absence of infection hampers the community. Bookmark modes is often glitched and requires a restart. And of course Halo 5 doesn't have a file browser, so there isn't a way to quickly retrieve popular community maps. Now even with these issues, the custom community is still finding creative ways to stay entertained, and hopefully 343 finds ways to improve these experiences. Viewing your medals after the game has been in every Halo since medals were introduced in Halo 2. There is no excuse as to why this has been removed, and there is no excuse as to why it's still absent. This is a basic feature, and 343 has no explanation as to why it's missing. 343, please.
Level 5 Rex available.
A lot of my qualms with Halo 5 can be fixed by updates and new content, and hopefully in time, this list will be shorter. I still ask myself, is this the best Halo? And I'm not sure I can answer that, not with any certainty at least. There are some other troubling topics that Halo 5 suffers from, stuff like microtransactions, the trickle of content instead of just the full game, and some ill-timed join-in-progress matches where you just kind of lose right after you join a match. Halo 5 has brought a ton of great things to the table though, and ultimately I enjoyed this game immensely. I do not want this list to detract anyone from playing a Halo 5 because I think there's a lot of fun to be had with this game. Remember, these are just my top 5. If you played Halo 5, what are your least favorite aspects, and how would you improve it? The Halo Frontier thanks you for watching, and if you liked this video, please subscribe to the channel. And until next time, I'll see you on the Frontier.